Now on CoastTV News.
It's a chilly start with temperatures in the 30s this morning, but a taste of spring later today into midweek with a yellow alert day for Wednesday. I'll track the temperatures, rain, and wind on Futurecast next.
Drama and debate after big plans to fix the ever-evolving Kings Highway corridor, why some business owners are outraged by what's to come. Voting down early voting, why some Democrats now speaking out after Delaware's Superior Court struck down laws to expand early voting. And averting a partial government shutdown, what's expected to come out of that today as Biden and U.S. leaders discuss that meeting and more aid for Ukraine.
This is CoastTV News Today.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Paige Marley. Well, we are up bright and early this morning, and the moon also up bright and early, so make sure you look out your window. Check it out. It's a beautiful scene this morning. It is very chilly, though, I will say. Stepped outside, felt pretty fine, but that wind, at least in Milton where I was, pretty cold. So we're going to check in with First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahey now. Bob, is that chilly breeze everywhere on Delmarva this morning?
It is, Paige. Yes, we are seeing the chilly breeze, and it might be tough to see the moon this morning because we are seeing increasing clouds, and we're seeing temperatures in the 30s. This is the last of the really cold mornings, by the way. 41 in Bethany Beach, 40 in Rehoboth, 36 in Georgetown, 36 in Delmar. So inland areas, you could be scraping a little bit of frost, but just a little bit because we've got a southwesterly breeze. That's a warmer breeze, but this time of day, it feels cold, and it's feeling like 20s and 30s out the door, even 40 in Rehoboth. And we've got clouds and even a few showers popping up across Delaware and Delmarva. There is a weak system moving through, so it's possible we could bring out a sprinkle or a snow flurry as the system moves through. It's not a major system, and then we'll start to see decreasing clouds through the day. So this morning, I don't think you need the umbrella clouds, maybe a sprinkle or flurry, temperatures in the 30s, and then we'll start to see more in the way of sunshine as we go through the day. Mid-morning, mid-40s. Here comes a warm-up. Mid-50s by noonish, and then we're in the upper 50s and low 60s by 3 o'clock. That'll feel nice and staying mild through this evening. So once again, watch out for that spot flurry or shower this morning. Otherwise, a mild day. We've got spring-like warmth on the way and a yellow alert for Wednesday. I'll explain more on that coming up in just a little bit.
Thank you so much. Happening today, there will be a public workshop at Cape Henlopen High School on the DelDOT's 5 Points project. That hybrid meeting will be giving people the opportunity to hear about the progress. This project promises safer intersections and better paths for biking and walking. Officials will also be sharing updates on other transportation around the 5 Points area. That workshop will take place from 6 to 8 p.m. Also happening today, Rehoboth Beach working with DelDOT to build sidewalks in town. According to the city, the project is scheduled to begin along State Road. It's expected to take around 3 weeks to build sidewalks from School Lane to Stokely Street Extended. The city says that a schedule of this project has been sent to Rehoboth homeowners. In Ocean City's mayor and city council there calling for proposals from qualified vendors for the convention center Life Safety Improvements Project. This project is to add safety upgrades to the convention center. The town says any interested parties can obtain bid documents from the town's procurement department. Those final bids are due today. DelDOT has some plans to fix the ever-evolving Kings Highway corridor, and some business owners are outraged. The current ideas are to add 5 roundabouts from Dartmouth Drive to the Freeman Highway Bridge, as well as bike and walking lanes. But one business owner says the new layout of the road would force drivers to pass his store unless they wanted to make a U-turn and come back around.
When you get to this stretch of the road, we are completely cut off. So we become the collateral damage in this project. And we're raising the alarm because we support a lot of families, our businesses. We have a lot of local folks who work here. There's a lot of jobs tied up in here. And we think we're an important part of the community, and we do not want to be lost.
The Kings Highway Corridor project is still in the design and planning phase. DelDOT's hoping to start the first phase of construction in 2028. Now, DelDOT says given the increasing traffic volume, it does not want drivers making turns across traffic. In direct response to the brush factory's concerns, DelDOT says, quote, "It'll generally take equal or less time to make that U-turn movement rather than wait for an acceptable gap to make left turns," end quote. Well, Delaware's Superior Court, they have struck down laws to expand early voting and permanent absentee voting in the first state. It was in 2022 the state's GOP chair, Jane Brady, argued the new legislation violated Delaware's constitution, which says voting must happen on a specific day. So this weekend, a number of Democrat politicians, however, they spoke out against the court's ruling. They were saying early and absentee votes let more people access the ballot box. Delaware's presidential primary is scheduled for April 2nd, the state primary is scheduled for September 10th. The Fenwick Island Town Council, they unanimously passed its comprehensive plan for 2024. This after the town has been working on it for over 2 years. It covers everything from street safety to beach and dunes, coastal flooding, community development, and more. The town says finalizing it is a big step for the town's future.
Obviously, making sure that our business community remains vibrant, our residential community remains a family-friendly, and that's the overriding, sort of pathway for Fenwick, is that we remain a family-friendly, centered destination for folks.
The comprehensive plan will now be sent to Governor Carney's office for approval. DenRec, they're hosting a free webinar to introduce a program that helps Delawareans install natural barriers called living shorelines. The project aims to protect property against erosion and flood impacts. It also offers financial support to property owners in certain areas to use materials like native plants and oyster shells to safeguard their shorelines. This webinar is set for Wednesday. The Sussex Preservation Coalition, it's a group dedicated to protecting the environment and open space, will be hosting a special public session on the Cool Spring Crossing development proposal. The project is 637-acre multi-use development planned for Route 9 and Cool Spring Road near Milton. The Preservation Coalition says Cool Spring Crossing, the thousands of homes and the YMCA and more, they say it would be bad for traffic, nature, and overall people's way of life. Though Cool Spring Crossing's marketing firm says it's actually preserving thousands of acres. This all comes after a Sussex County hearing on the proposal was postponed due to concerns over time to review the ordinances. The session will now take place at 7 p.m. February 29th at the Lewis Public Library. We are now going to take a live look at our nation's capital. Lawmakers will be there today, Senate back in session, and representatives are due Wednesday after a recess. Lawmakers returning to high-stakes to-do lists with a tight deadline. Parts of the federal government could shut down this week. And the White House says Ukraine's so low on funding that it's now running out of ammunition. Amy Kiley shows us what officials are set to discuss.
Putin gains every day that Ukraine does not get the resources it needs.
The White House says President Joe Biden is meeting with top congressional leaders in both parties tomorrow. The clock is ticking to avoid a partial government shutdown Friday. Biden also wants the House to pass a Senate bill that has $60 billion for Ukraine. Without it, some argue
that millions of people have been killed, will be killed.
President Zelensky's comment that many people will die as a result of this delay in aid, we're already starting to see that along the front line.
But House Speaker Mike Johnson is under pressure to block a vote on Ukraine aid. Former President Donald Trump says he opposes the funding, and GOP hardliners insist Democrats meet all their immigration demands first.
Do you really want to forget the lessons of the Second World War?
Despite Republican critics, the Senate bill appears to have enough bipartisan support to pass in the House. Now, some Democrats are threatening to use a discharge petition to get it on the floor. That requires a majority, so they'd need a handful of Republicans willing to defy their own speaker and presidential frontrunner.
That's a very bulky way to try to pass a bill.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Well, we're just getting started on CoastTV News today. Still a lot more to get to. Coming up, a fire in Salisbury overnight blew through this home you see right there on your screen. We're telling you what early details officials are releasing. And celebrating culture, we're telling you everything that went down at the first ever Hispanic Wellness and Culinary Expo in Georgetown over the weekend. And AT&T addressing that outage that impacted so many customers last week. We're telling you what the company is now offering. All that and more as CoastTV News Today continues.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the CoastTV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mandalis, Brockstead, and Federico.
Look at my shoe. They're scuffed. I look like a school administrator.
Show me what you got. It's real now.
Mind if I take my dress off?
I do not.
I am a human chill pill.
As someone who took chill pills in the 80s, you need a new dealer.
Didn't you always say we should be honest about who we are?
Within the family, yes. But to outsiders, it's a lifetime of deception.
Night Court and Extended Family, Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
Cheers to 50 years of the Players. Here's to the jaw-dropping Eagles, 60-foot birdies,
Better than most.
and that one pesky seagull. Here's to making an entrance, making a statement,
It's not a shot you practice.
and making a splash. All at the PGA Tour's gold standard, the Players Championship on NBC and Peacock.
Get ready to soar with the Hawks. Delmarva Sports Network is your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball. From the first whistle to the final buzzer, DSN will take you courtside. Experience the excitement of both the men's and women's teams with every dribble, steal, and three-pointer. To see the schedule or watch the games, go to delmarvasportsnetwork.com or download the DSN app. Join us all season long only on the Delmarva Sports Network, your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball. Bring the mat to your living room. From the first takedown to the last pin, high school wrestling lives here on Delmarva Sports Network. Local teams, big dreams.
It is 5:11 on this somewhat now cloudy Monday morning. Bay Health Camphor and Milford 36. And with those clouds, well, we could see a sprinkle or two. We've got this disturbance coming through, and we could see a flurry as well. We've got a lot of dry air. We're seeing these blips of green on radar right now across the eastern shore as well as this disturbance is moving through. So a few flurries or sprinkles are possible as it's cold enough to maybe support a little bit of frozen precipitation. Temperatures in the 30s and low 40s right now. For the kiddos at the bus stop, they might say, hey, I felt a sprinkle. I saw a snow flurry. It's very possible. Off to school, 36, mostly cloudy. And then heading home, they can shed the layers. It's going to be nicer, partly cloudy and right around 56.
Check this out. 2 dozen Starlink satellites. They were launched to low Earth orbit by SpaceX on Sunday. Such cool video right there. SpaceX launched a Falcon 9 rocket carrying the satellites from Space Launch Complex 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. This was the 13th flight for the first stage booster supporting this mission. Some traffic news now. Drivers in Milford, be advised, there is scheduled road work beginning today. You can see that area that it's happening there on your screen. It's beginning on North Washington Street between Northeast Front Street and Northeast 2nd Street. DelDOT says workers will be there to upgrade pedestrian connections and install new pavement patching, along with removing the brick crosswalk on that street. This work will go through March 1st. Detours in that area will be posted. Also, a road closure in Georgetown. Johnson Road is closed between Anderson Corner and Simpler Branch Roads. This closure is expected to go through March 1st as well, and according to DelDOT, this closure is to allow for the installation of a crossroad pipe. A detour is in place to guide drivers toward Anderson Corner Road and Route 5. AT&T says they'll be reimbursing customers for Thursday's network outage. Tens of thousands of customers last Thursday dealt with error messages or no service connection. Now get this, AT&T says it'll issue a $5 credit to potentially impacted wireless customers, which is saying that's the average cost of a full day of service. The Federal Communications Commission says it is investigating what happened in this incident. Credit card debt in the U.S. is surging. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York says credit card debt hit a new high of $1.1 trillion from October through November. Some economists say the debt level not as alarming, actually, as it might seem, though they say workers are still commanding robust wage gains. The stock market is on solid footing, and attitudes toward the economy, they have improved in recent months. Well, still to come this morning, food and fun at the first ever Hispanic Wellness and Culinary Expo in Georgetown. We're telling you why the event was so important for the community.
Ocean City, you're waking up to mostly cloudy skies this morning on our Tyndall's Casual Furniture Cam. 42 could see a sprinkle or flurry this morning, but the bigger news is a big warm up today into midweek with a yellow alert day for Wednesday for wind and rain. I'll have the details after the break.
Hey moms, you know those unforgettable face palms? Those moments that leave us both laughing and sighing. They're not just mishaps, there are shared stories. Share your unique mom moments with us. Go to coastlife.com/mom.
It's now or never.
2 dead bodies in the name of free speech.
Nobody needs to die today.
This girl was targeted.
You come and see it by my daughter!
When you're undercover, one mistake and it's all over.
Can I go home now? That's not how this works.
Law & Order Thursday on NBC and Peacock.
Solo Cup Saturday night with me, Jared, 7 to 9 every Saturday on Coast Country, 103.9 and 106.3. Sponsored by Midshore Recyclers Incorporated.
Honesty, integrity, bravery. Here is what we can face together.
Incoming.
Let's go.
I've had this policy of not mixing my work and romantic life until now.
I have no doubts you will make a great leader.
It's like you said, Chief. Change is inevitable. I'm no good without the job. You know that.
You've got the team. I've got you.
Chicago Wednesday, new on NBC and Peacock.
I am so excited. Sterling K. Brown, everyone. Okay, we have questions.
If you did a rom-com, who would you want to star with?
Are you kidding me?
Monday at noon on CoastTV.
Well, it's now 5:16 on your Monday morning. We are going to take a live look right now at Ocean City. And Bob, I will say, when I walked out the door this morning, when the cold breeze wasn't really blowing too hard, pleasantly surprised. It could just feel like spring is on the way.
It is on the way. You know, it doesn't feel like it this morning, Paige. It certainly didn't feel like it this past weekend. It was very, very cold. But this is the last of the cold. We're going to start to warm things up. Now, you might be scraping a little bit of frost this morning. I'll say inland areas where the winds are a little lighter, maybe a quick scrape, but that's about it. I think we're looking at temperatures warm enough and the winds are high enough where a lot of that frost is not going on. We're looking at temperatures right now into the mid to upper 30s across inland areas, lower 40s along the coast. Bethany Beach around 41, 40 in Rehoboth, 36 in Georgetown, Salisbury 37 and Seaford 37. But it's the wind that's making you feel colder. Paige was alluding to. They're coming in out of the southwest at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. So it feels like 29 in Georgetown. It's a warmer wind, but the problem is it's early in the morning, the coldest time of day, and feeling like 30s and lower 40s elsewhere. We do have mostly cloudy skies across Delmarva right now, a few sprinkles or maybe a snow flurry moving through, but we've got a lot of dry air that's drying a lot of this up. So I think it looks worse than it really is. And we'll continue to watch this disturbance sliding through. But behind it, we're looking at drier air that will be building in the rest of the day. So we're looking at the clouds this morning, maybe that sprinkle or flurry. Otherwise, mid-morning in the mid-40s, we jump into the mid-50s by noon. Here comes that southwesterly wind really warming us up at that time. 50s and lower 60s this afternoon. And then tonight we keep it pretty mild into the 40s, maybe a late night shower, a mild start on your Tuesday, and then even warmer and even windier on Tuesday with temperatures surging into the 60s. Look at this, 62 in Selbyville at 1:30, 63 in Millsboro. Very mild into the afternoon with a few scattered showers, but those showers start to build as we go into Tuesday night and the winds start cranking up as well. Getting windy as we go into Tuesday afternoon and a really windy Tuesday night out ahead of a strong cold front, maybe gusts over 40 miles per hour, maybe close to 50 miles per hour on Wednesday as a strong cold front moves in. And then we'll see the wind shift to the northwest behind that front Thursday afternoon. And as that rain moves in, the heavier rain with that front, there could be some rumbles of thunder as we go into Wednesday evening, into Wednesday night and Thursday morning. And then that front sweeps off the coast and maybe a half inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain with this system. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast. Oh, it's so nice to see the 60s. 60 today, 65 with showers Tuesday. Yellow alert day Wednesday for heavy wind and some heavy rain, maybe a rumble of thunder into the evening, 67. Much colder Thursday and Friday, upper 40s. Then warming up next weekend with more spring-like showers. Harry Taylor from Seaford is our umbrella winner today. Congratulations, Harry, on your brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Bob, and don't forget, Coast TV has a new Facebook page for all the latest in news, exclusive content, and interactive discussions. You can visit and follow our new page. You can do that by going to facebook.com/CoastTVNBC or scan that QR code on your screen and stay connected with us. If you're a family living in the Milford School District, you'll definitely want to hear this. The district is set to host a Parenting for Resilience information session. It's on Wednesday night at Milford High School. It's open to all district families, and the event will offer insights into social emotional learning and strategies for building resilience. There will also be a discussion about student expectations within the school system. The initiative aims to equip parents with the tools necessary to support their children's success in and out of the classroom. Are you a veteran or maybe someone with a veteran in your life? You'd probably be interested in the latest VA updates in Delaware. On Thursday, there's going to be a veteran town hall meeting in Millsboro where people can hear from U.S. Veteran Affairs leadership on updates for the state. They're going to be covering health care for veterans and will have resources available for veterans. All of this happening at the American Legion Post 28 at 5 p.m. This weekend, the Cheer Community Center in Georgetown hosted a Hispanic Wellness and Culinary Expo. Delaware Health and Social Services, BB Healthcare, Delaware Breast Cancer Coalition, and many more were part of the event that welcomed around 100 people. There were also entertainment for kids and face painting and children's characters. The volunteer program director at Cheer explains why this event is so important.
So it's breaking barriers with the Spanish-speaking community so they come out and feel comfortable and so they could see that there is literature in Spanish, there is bilingual people at these agencies, and we're here to help.
And this is the first expo for the Hispanic community at the Cheer Community Center in Georgetown. They say hopefully it's just one of many more to come. Still to come on Coast TV News today, blaze blows through that home. We're showing you what firefighters in Salisbury dealt with overnight. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
On the next Tamron Hall. Guess what? It's our spring beauty bar show! We're gonna step into some of the biggest beauty trends from your hair to your skin. Wow! This treatment has gone viral. Your hair looks amazing. Plus, are you ready for it? We've got giveaways. Yes, you at home can win them too. Oh my goodness. Find out how on the next Tamron Hall.
Monday at 3 on Coast TV. NBC Nightly News, weeknights at 6:30 on Coast TV. The Today Show, weekdays at 7 on Coast TV.
At Coast Country, we're more than just music. We're a part of Delmarva's heart. Every month, Coast Country Cares, together with Spicer Brothers, steps up to serve our community. We're here helping local organizations and supporting our neighbors all year round. Join us in making a difference. Stay tuned to learn where we'll be next or visit coastcountry.com to see how you can be a part of our mission. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers, because we're Delmarva proud. Middays with me, April Brilliant. It's a feel-good show on your radio.
April is the easiest way to get through your workday.
She can play your favorite song.
She can help you find your furry friend.
The easiest way to get through your workday is with April.
She really makes you feel special.
Hey friends, hang out with me weekdays here on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 each day from 10 to 3.
Cheers to 50 years of the players. Here's to the jaw-dropping Eagles, 60-foot birdies,
Better than most.
and that one pesky seagull. Here's to making an entrance, making a statement,
It's not a shot you practice.
and making a splash. All at the PGA Tour's gold standard, the Players' Championship on NBC and Peacock.
Here is what we can face together.
Have you told anyone?
It's kind of fun sneaking around. It's like you said, Chief. Change is inevitable.
You've got the team. I've got you.
Chicago Wednesday, new on NBC and Peacock.
New this morning, a fire in Salisbury kept firefighters busy last night. You can see the extent of that fire on your screen right now. According to the Salisbury Fire Department, first responders tackled that blaze at home on East Church Street. It was a little after 8 p.m. last night. That fire was shooting out of the windows of that home. Now, there are no reports right now of any injuries, and we will continue to keep you updated as we learn more. Now, happening today, people in Camden will hear the results of the town's most recent election. According to the town, the election for a new town mayor and one council seat took place over the weekend. The candidates for mayor were Larry Doutry and Fleur McDonnell. The town says that officials will announce the results this morning at Town Hall. That'll take place at 9 a.m. Also happening today, people fishing in Maryland's Atlantic oceans, bays, or rivers can only catch 30 scup a day, and each one must be at least 9 inches long. According to Maryland and Boating Services, this rule helps keep the scup fish population healthy. It applies to everyone fishing for fun. In Berlin, a date has been set for the next presentation about the town's strategic plan. In January, the town held 2 different listening sessions for locals to share their ideas for the future of Berlin. Salisbury University Business, Economic, and Community Outreach Network helped out with the aim of developing an action plan of projects and initiatives. Now, the next presentation about the strategic plan and its progress will be today at the mayor and council meeting happening at 7 p.m. Worcester Health is rolling out its Healthy Lifestyle Balance program this spring. The program aims at empowering locals to combat chronic diseases through improved nutrition, weight management, and stress reduction. It launches March 27th at the Ocean Pines Library, and this free program offers a year-long opportunity to adopt and maintain healthy habits through individual coaching and group support. You can register for the program by calling the Worcester County Health Department. We're going to bring back in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey. Bob, spring is on the way. It doesn't feel like it maybe right now, but it is coming pretty soon.
It is coming pretty soon, and as we talked about in the past page, meteorological spring starts when? March 1st, and coming up in a few days, and it will be feeling like it today, but not this morning. It's chilly, and we could see some showers along the coast in Fenwick Island and Ocean City, a brief shower or sprinkle, then 50s as we go into the middle part of the day, upper 50s, I think, for highs, and then lower 50s, not bad at 5, and then farther up the coast, Lewis and Rehoboth, a chilly rain or maybe some sprinkles this morning or a flurry possible. Otherwise, much better at noon, a mix of sun and clouds, and we're into the 50s, and that continues into the 5 o'clock hour, and we'll see waves not too bad today, but they'll start to build. The wind starts to build and the rain, especially midweek with the yellow alerts. I'll talk about that. Have much more in your forecast coming up in a few minutes.
So much, Bob. Also coming up after the break on Coast TV News today, we have an update in the case of the robocalls that sounded like President Biden discouraging people from voting in the New Hampshire primary. We're telling you how he's now taking responsibility for issuing those calls. And candidates look to the lakes. We'll tell you about the results of the South Carolina primaries and what can be expected for the next one in Michigan. Coast TV News today. We'll be right back.
At Atlantic General Hospital, we've been busy. Busy expanding healthcare services that are second to none in our region. From cancer care and women's health services to orthopedics, gastroenterology, and more, we provide advanced health technologies delivered by top providers. Expert care every day. It's what you can count on from Atlantic General Hospital.
With all the choices of services on Delmarva, where do you even begin? Trust experts of various fields with Delmarva Experts. Sponsored by Kitchen Concepts Plus, Chesapeake Eye Center, Apple Discount Drugs, FLC Energy, Spicer Brothers Construction, Mattress Peddlers, Homewell Care Services, Robinson's Jewelry and Coin Shop, Delmarva Acupuncture and Wellness Center, Mast Audiology Services, Riptide Restoration, Active Pest Solutions, Delmarva Dave, and Buchanan Subaru. Visit DelmarvaExperts.com for various local professionals offering the best of Delmarva. Delmarva Experts, local experts right when you need them.
Get ready to soar with the Hawks. Delmarva Sports Network is your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball. From the first whistle to the final buzzer, DSN will take you courtside. Experience the excitement of both the men's and women's teams with every dribble, steal, and three-pointer. To see the schedule or watch the games, go to delmarvasportsnetwork.com or download the DSN app. Join us all season long only on the Delmarva Sports Network, your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball.
It's National Geographic Week on Wheel. 2 special wedges, once-in-a-lifetime cruise.
Monday at 7 on CoastTV.
It is 5:30 on this Monday morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm Paige Marley. Thank you so much for joining us as we continue on Coast TV News Today. First Alert meteorologist Bob Try, he's going to join us right now to help you prepare as you make your way out the door on, Bob, what is a pretty cool morning, but what's going to be a warmer day.
Will be a warmer day indeed, Paige, and we do have some clouds this morning, and don't be surprised to feel or see a sprinkle or snow flurry early on this morning. Cold enough to support maybe a sprinkle or snow flurry, the frozen precipitation, but it won't stick with temperatures in the mid to upper 30s right now, lower 40s along the coast. We've got a southwesterly breeze, not especially strong, but cold enough to knock down the feels-like temperature to 29 in Georgetown and 30s close to 40 elsewhere. You can see some of these sprinkles, maybe very light showers moving through Delmarva right now, and maybe a scattered flurry as well farther inland as this system is moving through. It's battling a lot of dry air, so we're not going to see a lot of precipitation out of this. We will see the clouds this morning. Here's Futurecast. We've got the 30s and maybe still a little cloudy between 7 and 8 a.m., but then more sunshine later. And here comes a warmth, mid-50s, close to noon, and then upper 50s and lower 60s as we go into the afternoon hours. So we get a little taste of spring into the evening hours. Today's checklist, even though we'll see a sprinkle, I don't think you need the umbrella or raincoat. Light jacket later today. You'll be shedding layers as it continues to warm up. I'll say no ice scraper, but some of you might need it early this morning. Warm beverage and sunglasses certainly get the green check mark.
Too bad, Bob. Thank you. Happening today, there will be a public workshop at Cape Henlopen High School on DelDOT's 5 Points project. That hybrid meeting will give people the opportunity to hear about the progress. This project promises safer intersections and better paths for biking and walking. Officials will also be sharing updates on other transportation around the 5 Points area. That workshop takes place from 6 to 8 p.m. Also happening today, Rehoboth Beach working with DelDOT to build sidewalks in town. According to the city, this project is scheduled to begin along State Road. It's expected to take around 3 weeks to build sidewalks from School Lane to Stokely Street Extended. The city says that a schedule of this project has been sent to Rehoboth homeowners. Ocean City's mayor and city council are calling for proposals from qualified vendors for the Convention Center Life Safety Improvements Project. This project is to add safety upgrades to the convention center. The town says any interested parties can obtain bid documents from the town's procurement department. Those final bids are due today. The Cape Henlopen School District will be hosting a referendum March 26 from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. Locals will be asked to vote for or against a tax increase to support a state-approved, locally funded project for a new district office, bus maintenance facility, and other operating costs. 3 meetings will be held before the referendum to provide more information about the project. The first meeting is Tuesday at 6 p.m. at the Love Creek Elementary School Media Center. Well, on to Michigan now with the South Carolina primary. In the rearview mirror, Nikki Haley focused on the Great Lakes state. The former UN ambassador is vowing to stay in the race despite losing in her own home state to former President Donald Trump. Meanwhile, the upcoming primaries will test President Biden's ability to navigate dissent within his own party over his response to Israel's war with Hamas. NBC's Alice Barr shows us what's next for the candidates in the race for the White House.
After sweeping to victory in South Carolina's Republican primary over the weekend, former President Trump has his sights set on the general election.
If I had the right to do it, I'd do it tomorrow. I'd say we're having an election tomorrow.
The home state loss for Nikki Haley, followed by a potentially even more damaging blow. The powerful Koch network saying it will stop funding her presidential bid. Nevertheless, she's campaigning in Michigan ahead of tomorrow's primary and calling out Donald Trump.
He, as a Republican incumbent, didn't get 40% of the vote of the primary. And so the issue at hand is he's not going to get the 40% if he's going and calling out my supporters and saying they're barred permanently from MAGA.
Some Michigan progressives are pushing to have Democrats vote uncommitted over President Biden on Tuesday in protest of his support for Israel's war against Hamas amid the devastation in Gaza. The critical swing state's Democratic governor weighing in.
There's a lot of pain all across all of these communities. It's important not to lose sight of the fact that any vote that's not cast for Joe Biden supports a second Trump term.
The Biden campaign out with a new ad accusing former President Trump of sabotaging a bipartisan border security bill.
Donald Trump roots against America every chance he gets.
Polls show the border and immigration are a top issue for voters and a key vulnerability for President Biden. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Now, all of this comes to us tomorrow. The president set to host top congressional leaders at the White House to press for more funding for Ukraine and Israel and to avert a looming government shutdown. We have an update now on a story about those robocalls that sounded like President Biden discouraging people from voting in the New Hampshire primary. Steve Kramer, a political consultant for Biden's Democratic primary challenger Representative Dean Phillips, said he commissioned an AI-generated robocall impersonating the president. Phillips and his campaign denounced the robocall. They said they had no knowledge of Kramer's involvement and they would have immediately terminated him if they had known. Kramer said he came up with the idea of the hoax on his own, and he created the robocall to bring awareness to the dangers of AI in politics. All right, we still have a lot more news to get to this morning. Don't go anywhere. Still ahead, a great turnout at our Draper Job Fair over the weekend. We're telling you the opportunities that were available to attendees. Also ahead, a masquerade ball over the weekend hosted by our very own Madeline Overturf. We're telling you how those proceeds will help children in the first state. And another Hispanic culture celebration took place in Bethany Beach this weekend. We'll tell you why one dancer says the group is so important to her. Stay with us on Coast TV News Today.
Hey moms, you know those unforgettable face palms? Those moments that leave us both laughing and sighing. They're not just mishaps, there are shared stories. Share your unique mom moments with us. Go to coastlife.com/mom.
Welcome to the ride home on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. First rule of the ride home, we definitely talk about the ride home. In fact, tell all your friends. Second rule of the ride home, we have fun. Top 10 Tuesday, Would You Rather Wednesday, and every day, you pick the songs on the high five. And the third rule of the ride home, we don't take ourselves too seriously. You've got enough to stress about. So let me handle the ride home, weekdays from 3 to 7 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3.
On Wheel.
Hi, gang. Good to see y'all.
It's National Geographic Week. 2 special wedges.
Look at this.
Once-in-a-lifetime cruise.
You're going on an expedition cruise to Baja California.
Monday at 7 on Coast TV.
Next Jeopardy. The wait is over.
This is the biggest tournament of champions ever.
And it's off to a flying start.
Correct again. Oh, yeah.
Monday at 7:30 on Coast TV.
Delmarva's Classic Rock. Big 107.7.
Hey moms, you know those unforgettable face palms? Those moments that leave us both laughing and sighing. They're not just mishaps, there are shared stories. Share your unique mom moments with us. Go to coastlife.com/mom.
5:38 on this chilly and mostly cloudy Monday morning. Spicer Brothers Cam and Salisbury 37. Cold enough to see maybe a few snowflakes. I think mainly sprinkles this morning as we have this disturbance moving through. It's battling a lot of dry air, but maybe some sprinkles or light rain as we go through the morning hours. You can see them kind of scattered across the area. I think a lot of this is not hitting the ground. This little disturbance is swinging through. It'll be out here in a couple of hours. Otherwise, it will start to warm up after that. But it's chilly. Temperatures in the mid to upper 30s and lower 40s at the coast. So a little bit of rain, maybe a snow flurry this morning, gave it the yellow light for the morning. morning commute. And then we're looking good for this afternoon. We'll call it a mix of sun and clouds, dry and mild. Temperatures near 60 degrees. Pick up the phone and make a phone call. Call the First Alert weather line. It's 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by Baird, Mandalas, Brockstead, and Federico.
Thanks so much, Bob. Happening now, a scam alert for everyone at home to pay attention to. You don't want to lose your money. Listen to this. Karen Falk, the executive director of the Milton Chamber of Commerce, sent out a letter saying her name and the name of other community members in the town are being used in an email blast that tries to get unsuspecting to buy Target gift cards and then send them the codes on the back. The email address is executivem021@gmail. The subject line is a momentous appeal. Now, this is a scam. Do not fall for it. Don't send any money and do not send any gift card information. All right, well, it's never a good idea to run from the cops, but that was the decision one man made in Milford earlier this month. It was just before midnight on February 17th. Milford police saw a driver, now identified as 27-year-old Kyle Comstock of Milford, swerving on Milford-Harrington Highway. The officer tried to pull the truck over, but then Comstock took off, and after a short chase, he was caught. A DUI test was conducted, and Comstock was deemed under the influence. In addition to that, during a vehicle search, 4 unloaded guns were found. Comstock's been charged with disregarding a police signal, possession of firearms while under the influence, a DUI, and other charges. In other news, 15 adults and 15 children from the Folkloric Ballet Mexico Lindo of the Hispanic American Association of Delaware performed at St. Martha's Episcopal Church in Bethany Beach over the weekend. I love this video here. It's so beautiful. It's with the purpose of showcasing the Mexican culture, and the group performed to more than 90 people. The dances you see represented 10 different states of Mexico. We spoke to a dancer who shared how she feels about being part of this group.
I feel so proud of that because that gives me the opportunity to spread the culture where I come from. This is a ballet classic from Mexico, so that makes me feel so proud of that. And even my little girl danced with me, so I think I can show her about her culture, her roots, and the heritage.
And the group is already looking forward to more representations in Sussex County in the upcoming months. Drivers in Milford, be advised, there is scheduled road work beginning today. We're going to show you that area on your screen. This is happening on North Washington Street between Northeast Front Street and Northeast 2nd Street. DelDOT says workers will be there to upgrade pedestrian connections and install new pavement patching, along with removing the brick crosswalk on that street. Now, that work will go through March 1st, and detours will be posted. Also, something to look out for, a road closure in Georgetown. Johnson Road is closed between Anderson Corner and Simpler Branch Roads. This closure is expected to go through March 1st. According to DelDOT, this closure is to allow for the installation of a crossroad pipe. A detour is in place to guide drivers toward Anderson Corner Road and Route 5. A very popular broadcaster and talk show host speaking out after a devastating medical diagnosis, and all this after many tuned into a new documentary that gave an inside scoop on their life. David Daniel has that and some more in today's Hollywood Minute.
I do not have a prepared speech because I know from the top of my heart who I want to thank from the bottom of my heart.
Wendy Williams is thanking her fans for their reactions to the news she has primary progressive aphasia and frontotemporal dementia. In a statement published by People magazine, Williams expressed immense gratitude for the love and kind words I have received, adding that she hopes others with her condition might benefit from her story. Aphasia affects one's ability to communicate. Frontotemporal dementia is an umbrella term for a group of brain disorders.
What is it about hometowns and the American consciousness? Stories of people coming to grips with hidden truths about the town they grew up in. Well, this is one of those stories.
God Save Texas is a documentary trilogy from 3 filmmakers who revisited their hometowns. Richard Linkletter went back to Huntsville, where a quarter of the town's population is incarcerated for hometown prison. Alex Stapleton returned to Houston for The Price of Oil, looking at how that industry affects residents. And Ileana Sosa explores the hybrid Mexican-American nature of El Paso in La Frontera. God Save Texas debuts Tuesday on HBO and Max. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
We're seeing a lot of clouds on the Orsted cam right now. Can't rule out a few sprinkles, light showers, maybe a flurry this morning, but really not along the coast where it's in the low 40s right now. A nice taste of spring the next few days with mild temperatures and showers. Heavier rain and wind for Wednesday. It is a yellow alert day. I'll have the details coming up after the break.
Draper Media is seeking a passionate field correspondent for our daily and commercially driven lifestyle and entertainment show, Coast Life. You'll provide live coverage, produce pre-recorded programs, and maintain a strong digital presence. Candidates must have a dynamic on-air personality, be innovative, and show versatility while working with our clients. Learn more and apply today at drapermediajobs.com. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer.
On the next Tamron Hall. Guess what? It's our spring beauty bar show! We're gonna step into some of the biggest beauty trends from your hair to your skin. Wow! This treatment has gone viral. Your hair looks amazing. Plus, are you ready for it? We've got giveaways. Yes, you at home can win them too. Oh my goodness. Find out how on the next Tamron Hall.
Monday at 3 on CoastTV.
Solo Cup Saturday night with me, Jared, 7 to 9 every Saturday on Coast Country, 103.9 and 106.3. Sponsored by Midshore Recyclers Incorporated.
It's now or never.
2 dead bodies in the name of free speech.
Nobody needs to die today.
This girl was targeted.
You come and see it by my daughter!
When you're undercover, one mistake and it's all over.
Can I go home now?
That's not how this works.
Law & Order Thursday on NBC and Peacock.
It's now 5:46 on your Monday morning. Let's take a live look right now at Ocean City. Bob, sun's not up yet. I was thinking it was because it is going to bring that warmth that we need. I know you mentioned the frost earlier too. I saw a little bit on the grass in Milton. Overall, not too chilly.
Yeah, not too chilly and just a little bit of frost. And it's possible, Paige, that we could see that frost falling from the sky in the form of a snow flurry or maybe some sprinkles or light showers this morning with this little disturbance sliding through. Remember to scan the QR code right there. That will get you to the Coast TV weather app. Lots of great weather information on there. And here's some more information I think you'll like. Look at these warm temperatures. Average high now is 50. We'll be at 60, I think, by this afternoon. Mid-60s Tuesday, up to 67 on Wednesday. It could even be warmer than that. But that's out ahead of a cold front that will bring rain and wind, and behind it, another reality check that we're still in winter with temperatures in the upper 40s Thursday and Friday. We're in the 30s right now, some lower 40s along the coast, 37 in Salisbury and Delmar, 36 in Georgetown, so maybe a little bit of frost inland. We've got the southwesterly breeze, not all that strong, so in some cases it feels like upper 20s like around Georgetown and 30s and 40s elsewhere. We're seeing radar lighting up. This could be a case where the bark is worse than the bite. We have a lot of dry air, so this precipitation I think is very light showers, maybe a snow flurry as we go through time. You can see it all across Delmarva right now. It's this little disturbance that's sliding through. It should be here in the next couple of hours, and then behind it we're looking at drier conditions behind it, so I think we'll see more sunshine as the day wears up. So Futurecast not picking up on some of those sprinkles, showers, or flurries. It's possible this morning. They'll be brief, and then by 9 we start to clear it out. We warm it up by noon, mid-50s, upper 50s, and low 60s for highs as we go into this afternoon. And this evening it starts getting breezy, and through the overnight, partly cloudy skies. By Tuesday morning, we're looking at mostly clear skies. Another very mild day. Look at this, temperature shooting into the mid-60s on Tuesday, breezy conditions, and we'll start to bring in some showers later in the day into the evening hours as well. And those winds start getting really gusty, especially Tuesday night and into Wednesday. We could be seeing gusts over 40 miles per hour, maybe 50 50 miles per hour. Might need a wind advisory for this. This is why we have a yellow alert day. Part of it is the wind, part of it is the rain as well. And then we'll see a cold front pushing all that out of here. But as we see the system moving in by Wednesday evening, maybe enough energy for some thunder. Not expecting big storms or severe weather, but certainly some heavy rain. And then it's out of here Thursday morning, where we might pick up about a half inch to about 3/4 of an inch of rain and maybe a rumble of thunder. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 60s the next 3 days, 65 Tuesday, rain and wind on Wednesday with that yellow alert, 67 degrees, and then sharply colder and drier Thursday and Friday, upper 40s. But then we bounce back into the warmer temperatures by the weekend, a few showers on Saturday, 57, then 61, some showers on Sunday.
Bob, and for even more weather updates, pull out your phone and scan the QR code right there on your screen for our First Alert weather app. You can download the app for free to get all the weather updates you need. If you're a family living in the Milford School District, definitely want to listen to this. The district is set to host a Parenting for Resilience information session. It's happening Wednesday at the Milford High School. It's open to all district families. The event will offer insights into social, emotional learning and strategies for building resilience. There will also be a discussion about student expectations within the school system. This initiative aims to equip parents with the tools necessary to support their children's success in and out of. Are you a veteran or maybe someone with a veteran in your life? You might be interested in the latest VA updates in Delaware. On Thursday, there will be a veteran town hall meeting in Millsboro where you can hear from U.S. Veteran Affairs leadership on updates for the state. They're going to be covering health care for veterans and have resources available for veterans. All of this will be happening at the American Legion Post 28 beginning at 5 p.m. The 10th annual Masquerade Ball was held this weekend at the Hyatt's Event Center in Dewey Beach. CoastTV's Madeline Overturf was the MC for this event. The event supports the Boys and Girls Club of Delaware and includes silent and live auctions, dancing, and dinner. The live auction this year was to send kids to summer camp. And also over the weekend, the annual Draper Media Job Fair took place. This was at the Del Tech campus in Georgetown. Over 1,000 job seekers came out to network with the over 30 companies participating in the fair. A great turnout there. The job fair aimed to help people of all skill sets find the perfect job for them, all conveniently under one roof. Coming up on Coast TV News today, after suffering a stroke, new research is helping save brain cells and lives. We'll show you what doctors have recently discovered.
And we're seeing lots of clouds right now at our gutter helmet cam, and it's breezy out here as well, and maybe a sprinkle or a flurry inland. Otherwise, we're looking at spring warmth kicking in the next few days with some rain and wind, then colder late week, and then warmer for the weekend. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up after the break.
Elevate your business and engage more customers with Draper Media. Our diverse network of media properties such as WBOC, Coast TV, 93.5 The Beach, and 102.5 WBOC reaches over 500,000 Delmarva residents across various channels like television, radio, social media, and digital platforms. Enhance your brand's visibility across the Delmarva region with Draper Media. Our passionate team of media specialists and content creators are dedicated to showcasing your brand through engaging commercials, dynamic drone footage, eye-catching graphic and web design, and social media branding. Share your brand story on our popular programs, capturing the attention of your target audience. Trust your brand with Draper Media, a family-oriented company serving the Delmarva community. Contact Frank Hamilton today at fhamilton@wboc.com to get started.
Cheers to 50 years of the Players. Here's to the jaw-dropping Eagles, 60-foot birdies,
better than most,
and that one pesky seagull. Here's to making an entrance, making a statement,
it's not a shot you practice,
and making a splash. All at the PGA Tour's gold standard, the Players Championship on NBC and Peacock.
Blackout.
.93.5 The Beach.
Middays with me, April Brilliant. It's a feel-good show on your radio.
April is the easiest way to get through your workday.
She can play your favorite song.
She can help you find your furry friend.
The easiest way to get through your workday is with April.
She really makes you feel special.
Hey friends, hang out with me weekdays here on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 each day from 10 to 3.
Well, this is difficult to wrap your head around, but in the short amount of time it'll take to finish this story, 3 people in the United States will suffer a stroke. If it doesn't kill you, it may cause severe disability. But now, as Marty Salt shows us, new medical research is giving patients hope that the damage done by strokes doesn't have to be permanent.
I was having headaches like the whole week before.
25-year-old Quincy Taylor chalked his headaches up to stress until
it was the worst pain that I've experienced so far in my life.
Quincy was having a stroke.
The blood flow to a specific area of the brain will diminish all of a sudden due to a blockade of a key artery.
The clot-busting drug, TPA, was a game-changer 30 years ago for treating ischemic strokes. It had to be administered within 4 hours of a stroke. The Extend trial found TPA may be helpful up to 10 hours afterwards. And LSU neuroscientist Nicholas Bazan is working on ways to save brains up to 8 and 9 days after a stroke.
Perhaps there are experimental treatments that we can try to protect that area and then be able to restore function of that area.
By pinpointing which cells in the brain are involved in post-stroke response, Bazan believes neuroprotective molecules his team discovered could save brain cells. As for Quincy, quick treatment has him moving forward, taking recovery one step at a time. I'm Marty Salt reporting.
And Bazan believes that finding new ways to save brain cells will help patients recover faster with less long-term disability. All right, it's 5:56 this morning. It's time to check in with our coastal pet of the day. We are so excited. Today's coastal pet of the day is Susie. Susie is spending a lot of time outdoors or maybe just relaxing on the couch. That is what, Bob, do you wish we were doing that right now? I kind of do. Happy to be here with you, but you know. Susie was sent to us by Haley in Long Neck, and of course, we want to keep seeing more of your pets on Delmarva. You can keep sending us photos. I'm sorry, I'm still laughing at Susie laying there like a little doll. You can tell us what makes your pets so special. Scan that QR code right there on your screen, and then you can also watch weekdays from 5 to 7. And that way you'll see all of the pets we feature. So happy that pet of the day is back. All right, it's almost 5:57 now. Time for a quick look at your forecast before you head out the door. Bringing back in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahy. Bob, Susie, what she looked like is kind of what I looked like all weekend.
I looked like that yesterday. Not on my back like this, but, you know, kind of relaxed position. You know, Sunday is a day of rest. Just looked outside. We've got some rain showers out there, so you might need that umbrella. We have a few more heavier raindrops. Looking at temperatures in the upper 30s, maybe a snowflake inland, and then it's ending a little bit later on this morning. Otherwise, we're warming up nicely, close to 60 later today. Here's your Paul Davis 10-day forecast. Oh, so nice to have the 60s back. 65 Tuesday, a few showers. Wednesday is a yellow alert day. We have a cold front coming through, strong winds, heavier rain, maybe some rumbles of thunder, 67, and then sharply colder Thursday and Friday. Next weekend, a few showers, 50s and 60s, but we settle into a more spring-like pattern with temperatures in the 60s and periodic showers for the rest of the 10-day period.